Cheers and welcome my friends, I'm Horath Drak and we are playing Stellaris on insane difficulty as the Great Old Ones. Welcome back. You might wonder why the background looks different to previous episodes. Well, that is because we are now on the new Asimov patch, which has introduced new backgrounds. And this seems to be the one that we are getting. I kind of like the old one better, but that might just because I was used to it. Now, what did Asimov change? Well, there are a couple of interesting things. Let's have a look outside. So first you can see these fancy new ship icons. So we finally see where our military fleets are and where we just have civilian ships. These are military fleets. Now, if we could only have some sort of a strength indicator, maybe make these guys bigger, the bigger the fleet power or something, let them scale with fleet power. I would like to have something over here to plan my strategy. I mean, I still have to mouse over these fleets, but it's still an improvement. It's still an improvement. Okay, what else do we have? We have some map modes, which is certainly very useful. We are currently in the Empire map mode. This is the diplomatic map mode. You can see that these are our allies, these are our vassals, these are our enemies. That is super useful, actually. Super useful. Glad that is in there now. Will spare me from a lot of clicking. Okay, then let's have a look at the opinion map mode. Dude, we are hated by everyone. It's only a question of who hates us, who hates us slightly less, and who's somewhat into ignoring us. Yeah, we're not popular people, but who would have thought? I mean, we're so likable. Xenophobes, slavers, evil old gods. I thought we would have been the star of the party, but oh well. At least these guys like us down here, for no apparent reason. Oh, because of the embassy. Well, that's gonna vanish super soon because the embassy has been taken out of the game. We got something like trust now. So a measure of our long-term relationship. Maybe I can bring that up right now. So do you want wormhole station access? Yeah, research agreement they're not gonna do. Oh, they have terraforming liquids. That is super cool, actually, because yeah, one of the things that one of my subscribers told me is that our vessel down here has some terraforming liquids, and that is very true. Thanks for pointing that out. You can see that they have one over here, and there are terraforming gases in that one. But the problem is, I can't trade them for that, because it would appear they are using that stuff all for themselves, because they are bastards that way. I mean, it's kind of natural because they are also living on ocean worlds, so what they want is the liquids and not the gases. They want more liquid worlds. So I can understand that. We're gonna get those things at some point because we're integrating the Rex Telex. It's only going to take 157 months more, so you can look forward to that happening at some very distant point in the future. Okay. The last map mode is the AI attitude. Okay, so hostile, unfriendly, neutral, unfriendly, neutral. These guys are cordial, these guys are friendly, these guys are dismissive, unfriendly, angry. Oh, what is that? Did we meet these guys? Beacon of Infinity? Ooh, another militant isolationist. Interesting. I think we haven't met you before. Beacon of Stability. Coolio. There's a ring world. I like that one, I gotta say. Ooh, I want that. I mean, most of it is blown up, so these guys certainly haven't been very efficient in dealing with it. I wonder how they came by it. If they built it or if they just took it over from someone else. And we got Beacon of Perpetuity. There's a completely destroyed ring world. And there's... Ooh, that's tasty. That's very tasty. And even got some cool... What? No. That seems to be a bug. They are not the great old ones. I would know if these things belong to us, so... That's kind of odd, but oh well. I guess we get some bugs because this series has been going since the beginning, since release. Now they got this cool ring ward down here. Well, that is definitely something that I want. I want that very much. Doesn't look like I can really get it. What's that? What's that place? Did they actually take a good planet? It's a continental world. And that is a Gaia world. Holy crap. Nice. We could colonize that one, but we don't have the influence cost for it. Yes, that is a thing now. Because borders are opened now from the start. This is to prevent you from colonizing on the other side of the galaxy. And we couldn't do it anyway because it is inside another empire's borders, but just in case you wanted to go somewhere, like for example, if I wanted to go down and colonize that ocean world, I guess I could, if only I had the 2000 influence, which is kind of difficult because we can only store 1000. That's actually shitty. I wish they would just limit that to 1000, because how am I going to pay 2000? That's kind of dumb, but oh well. Yeah, so that's not gonna happen. But yeah, I want that one. Maybe we can get it at some point. I mean, I would have to punch through that fallen empire over here, the Condition Forerunners. They do have a Gaia world as their home. It's not impossible to take them on. You can see that their fleet power is overwhelming, but naval capacity and technology is only superior. So we have little patience for those who seek death. Yeah, these guys don't like us anymore because we don't have any trust. We have been keeping up our good relations by keeping an embassy with them, but that's no longer the case. So now we do have some slight problems. These guys also do have Gaia World. So the thing is, if I could somehow smash through this side of the galaxy, I could get some tasty, tasty worlds, right? I could take out the Unified 10 resume planets, no problem. Ooh, they have another Gaia world over here. Really? That must be the reason why they have war all the time. I guess because they colonized their Gaia world. Oh, they got another one over here. And one over here. Coolio. Yeah, that must be the reason why they got kicked in the butt so heavily by all the surrounding people. What's in there? Tropical world? Oh, that can't be it. Yeah, I kind of do like the backgrounds. One of you has asked me if this is a 3D game, and indeed it is. You can see that I'm moving it around. I could also do it outside here, but yeah, that does revert back to the original position. Well, we do have these map modes, so that's kind of a cool thing. I'm glad we have that. We are still in a war with the fhtagns and with these guys down here. As you can see, we're at war. Yeah, one of the patch notes said AI is now less selfish when negotiating peace and setting war goals. That's pretty good, but it doesn't really help us now. The fhtagns are, if you didn't know that, they want all the things for themselves. So we kind of have, or I kind of have decided that we won't intervene in this war at all. The enemy does have the wish to liberate my 2 vassals and take a planet from me. They aren't really interested in the fhtagns. And if you have a look at the opinion map mode and we go to the fhtagns, you see that the Imari Syndicate actually kind of likes them. Oh yeah, we aren't really at war with them. The Imari had it pretty bad. They fractured at some point. And oh, you can see the ruler traits now. That's cool. They are way inferior. They're part of a federation now, though. So yeah, that is what's happening diplomatically. I can only hope that the Sheptags will at some point finish this war off. I really hope that happens. I don't really want to help them lead the war because I don't want them to get all those planets. I mean, there's something to be said for strengthening them, but not now. Not now. Biggest problem is that the United Hisma States, the Zorax, and the Janati planets are one federation that hates me. Right? Rivaling, rivaling, rivaling. These are all my rivals. They hate me. They are a very strong alliance. I'm not sure if I can punch through them with my current strength. I might have to use alternative ways of expansion. Might seem a little crazy, but going after the Cornistian Forerunners might be the way to go. I mean, I'm trying to integrate my vassals over here, and I would dearly like to take some planets off the Imari over here and expand into the east, where there might be some chance of getting something. What's that one? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Just... okay. So you're kind of allied with the Dominion of Mura. Is that it? Empire of Edenir? Yeah, Dominion of Mura and the Bacata hierarchy. Aren't we at war with the Bacatas? No. Hierarchy is something else than the Council. Yeah, see, these map mods are already proving very valuable. Yeah, expansion avenues only over here in the east. Or down here. I don't think that we'll really be able to take that big power block. If you have a look at them. These guys, equivalent, inferior. Well, that's just because we have a huge as naval capacity due to the Grand Fleet. And overwhelming tech. These guys, superior, equivalent, overwhelming, which is really bad. And these guys, the Blorgs, inferior, equivalent, overwhelming. I mean, it might be the time to strike, but one inferior, one equivalent, and one superior still is 3 times equivalent, I would say. So I don't think we can do it. So we're gonna pursue other avenues of expansion as long as I can. I mean, if these guys decide to attack me, oh well, so be it. Then I'm gonna fight, and we're gonna die fighting. Now, what else has changed? You might observe that we are 100 credits down in the hole, which is not how I left the last episode. I think I balanced it out fairly well. Yes. That is mainly due to the fact that the base happiness has been changed. If you have a look at R'lyeh down here, you can see that these people are only 79% happy, which is not how we left this, right? So base happiness has been reduced from 60 to 50. That's kind of shitty. That is also the reason why Carnegie, our energy planet, is not putting out enough energy. And the thing to balance this out has been to change the happiness bonus. Instead of getting it through a threshold, you always get a certain amount of happiness bonus, right? So this guy is 67% happy, so we get 6.8% happiness. Same in R'lyeh. This guy is 7.9% happy, so we get 11.6%. What? I guess you get something for each point over the happiness, over the base happiness, something like that. But yeah, the bonuses aren't quite so strong anymore, so we are down the hole, and that's not good. I've been building up my fleets. I have to make cuts somewhere, or I have to build up more mineral, more credits planets. One of the other changes that might help us doing that is over here. we now no longer got core planets, we got core systems. So we can actually have systems where there are multiple planets and still profit from that. For example, in the Asterian system, we still got a tropical world. It does only have 50%, but it might still help us do something, because that is one of the additional changes. The habitability of planets that are, I think, on the tier 3 point for habitability, right? So you have your home planet, that is tier 1, and then you have planets that are 1 removed. That is, what's that for us? Ice and I think continental. These guys have, what, 60? And then there is tropical and, what is the other word? Tundra, I think. That is tier 3 for us. And then there are the planets that we can't really settle, which is desert and I think arid. Right, how's that? Habitability, come on. 75% for us. And we do have some tech that increases habitability. Now we got people that are looking differently from the ethics. We do have kind of a problem, because a lot of people on here are no longer from our ethics, because they have had some ethics divergence. That is mainly because we have been playing this game since release. Because, yeah, this guy, for example, he's not happy at all, because he's only militarist. Pops have been losing their ethics in the past few patches since the release. Which is going to create a lot of problems for us, because we are not very cohesive. Luckily, our government form has changed, so we now get ethics divergence minus 20%. That's really good, because that is going to bring people to our way of thinking slowly but surely, right? If you have negative ethics divergence, they're not going to diverge, but they're going to converge and adopt your ethics. So that's something that I hope will do good things for us at some point. One thing that is going to be a problem is that the venerable trait, the thing that allows our great old ones to live very long, the bonus that conveys has been reduced from 120 years increased lifespan to 90. So there is a chance that Cthulhu might die. And for some reason I can't rename my heir, which sucks. If you know a reason to rename my heir, maybe in the leader's trait. It doesn't look like it. I would definitely like to rename my heir. Come on, dude. Oh well. So yeah, Cthulhu might die, but as you know, that which can eternal lie is actually not dead. I guess that's how this goes. That's another bug. Yeah, so another effect that we're going to see is that these slaves are now going to join different slaver factions, and we have new policies. We can change our war philosophy. We haven't changed anyone, so we could go for unrestricted wars. We could go for liberation wars, or we could go for defensive wars. Wars of aggression are forbidden, and conquest war goals may only be used against previously owned planets. War of aggression are allowed, but conquest war goals may only be used against previously owned planets. That's still not bad, but we want to go for unrestricted wars. What? Why are we not allowed to select one of that? Is that a bug? I am not sure, but we can change our slavery policy, so we could go to regulated. We are just on allowed, and the more you regulate that stuff, the less you get. We could go to Xenos only. Let's go for Xenos only. Cannot change our stance. But what's up with the war philosophy? I don't have any policy over there. Maybe it's gonna pop up if I let the game run for a bit. Purge, we got Xenos only. Orbital bombardment full. We got I think the rest is okay. We've got no voting because that is the kind of government that we have. Leadership, yeah, primary species only. Could go for selected lineages. Which makes our leaders live longer. I think we might want to go with that one. That is something that we researched. It's going to push up the recruitment cost, but they're going to live longer, so why not? We don't really have to do that. First contact protocol, so we're going to go with aggressive. That's already something that we had. We could go for servitude, artificial intelligence, but I don't like it. So, and our people won't like it either. One additional thing is that we can't have all three of these guys, right? If you have a look at that one, we can't have all three active. We have to choose one of them. So that's what we have to do. One of the things that bugs me about the Asimov changes is that we now have those colonization costs, right? But I haven't seen any additional ways to gain influence. So you induce an element that wants more influence from you, but at the same time, you don't really have more ways to earn influence, which is annoying. Yes, okay. So now those are the changes. What I will have to do, I might do that behind the scenes, I'm not sure, is I have to change those ship designs because some of the power requirements have been changed. I think the sensors take more power? Something takes more power, so all our power requirements are off. There's now a bonus, I think, for having surplus power. I think that increases the ship speed for a bit. Also, the range of all weapons has been doubled. So you can see over here, Tachyon Lance now has a range of 120. Formerly it was 60. And we can actually have different stances over here. Ship computers have been revamped. So if we go for the aggressive one, the advanced attack computer, we gain more evasion, more damage, and more ship speed. And we get some swarm behavior. Ship will charge straight at enemies and try to deal as much damage as possible. While if we go for the bombardment, we gain more chance to hit, a fire rate, and more weapons range. And we get the bombardment behavior, so a ship will hold formation and fire at enemies from a longer range. Which is kind of what we want for our big ships, right? Them staying back, providing some firepower, but not getting in harm's way, while the smaller ships are going to profit from the increased chance to evade, right? That's gonna push our evasion chance up to 30. And speed increase for these guys is also all fine and dandy. More damage is also good. But yeah, we have to rebalance all these ships. Because I think none of our designs actually work now. Some of the weapons have been changed as well. So for example, lasers only give 33% armor penetration now instead of the 50 that they formerly had. And I think that damage has been reduced a bit as well. Our Tachyon Lances have had their armor penetration reduced. And these guys now properly tell you that they cannot be evaded and that they have 100% shield penetration. Lots of improvements, some good, some bad. I'm not sure why our energy cost went up out of nowhere. I did not change anything. But oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna have a think over how we proceed in the best way possible. I hope that we can get out of the war with the shared tags. I kind of want to continue the series. It would be kind of odd to have it hanging in the air just like that. We could do great things yet. On the other hand, we might be a bit hamstrung because we started this on release and there have been a lot of patches and changes that might bite us in the ass, like the changed leader lifespan. So we might have a mass die-off of leaders, and then we are lacking the influence to replace them and all that stuff. So and also the loss of ethics, so that we have now populations that are completely without any ethics, and the dissent that creates might also bite us in the ass, kind of. And we'll see if we can balance that out. If not, just gonna play a couple of episodes, try to get ahead in some way. And if that doesn't work out, then I'm just going to start a new playthrough, I think. Got some great ideas for new Stellaris playthroughs. I'm not gonna tell you what they are, because I wanna keep them for myself as of yet, but there are a couple of things planned that could be really cool, and we could also utilize some of the new mods. There are some amazing mods out there done by very creative people, and it would be cool to have some of them in the new series, but since I'm only one man, I can't really do more than one Stellaris series at the moment. I'm already doing more series than I could do, really, so I'm always struggling a bit to record enough stuff to keep all the series going. But yeah, there are interesting times ahead. We have to battle our energy deficit. We're good on minerals still. We might shift from minerals to energy credits. We might also just reduce the fleet, which would kind of sadden me, because yeah, no one likes to do that. And we have to deal with our influence problem in some form or fashion. I mean, it's gonna be better if we when we are done with integrating these bastards, but it's still gonna take more than 10 years. 150 months, so it's gonna be 13 years yet. So 2367 is about when we're gonna get those guys. That's gonna suck. But for now, I'm gonna end here. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please give me a like. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments so I can improve. And if you want to see more of the series, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you aren't already. This is my most popular series. Episode 0 has surpassed 5,000 views, which is kind of crazy. I'm glad to have all you guys watching this. Really happy that you enjoy my stuff. I hope you join me next time. Thanks, and bye-bye.